Welcome back to World Information HD channel. Did you know that a single Lincoln Wheat penny could be worth more than a mansion, a luxury car, or even a small island? That's right. What looks like a humble 1-cent coin in your pocket could secretly be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars today. In this video, we're diving deep into the top 6 most valuable and rare Lincoln Wheat pennies in US history, coins that have sold for astonishing prices and changed lives overnight. If you have a coin collection, or just spare change lying around, you need to watch this until the end. Let's begin with number 6. Today's video is all about one of the most fascinating and valuable coins from American history, the 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. This little copper coin might look ordinary at first glance, but if you know what to look for, it could be worth thousands of dollars. So make sure to watch till the very end, because we're going to reveal exactly why this coin is so special and how it reached a market value of up to $18,377. Let's dive right into the incredible story behind the 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin was revolutionary at the time because it was the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real person. The wheat penny design, with 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, was used from 1909 until 1958. Now, let's fast forward to the year 1941. The United States was on the brink of entering World War II, and economic uncertainty was everywhere. Millions of these 1-cent coins were minted. But what makes the 1941 no-mint mark version so unique and valuable? Here's where things get interesting. Most people assume that a coin with no mint mark is less rare, but that's not always the case. The 1941 penny with no mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, the main U.S. mint facility at the time. While over 680 million pennies were made that year, only a small percentage were struck with exceptional quality, and even fewer have survived in pristine condition today. What truly drives up the value of these coins are 2 major factors: condition and rarity of errors. Let's talk about condition first. If your 1941 no-mint mark penny has never been circulated and still has its full red luster, meaning it looks shiny and new, it can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Collectors pay top dollar for coins graded mint state, especially those graded MS65 or higher by certified grading companies like PCGS or NGC. One of the highest recorded sales for a 1941 no-mint mark wheat penny was an astounding $18,377. That specific coin was in mint state red condition and had virtually no blemishes or contact marks. It was a perfect specimen of American minting history, preserved for more than 80 years. But what really excites collectors are the rare mint errors. Some 1941 pennies were struck with dramatic doubling on the words Liberty, or In God We Trust, what collectors call a doubled die. Others have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or repunched dates. These errors can turn a regular penny into a rare collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, a 1941 penny with a strong double die of verse, where the date and lettering appear doubled, can be worth several $1,000s even in circulated condition. Another rare error is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably misaligned. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. So how can you tell if your 1941 penny is valuable? First, check the condition. A worn coin might only be worth a few cents. But if it still has a sharp strike, clean surfaces, an original red shine, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds or even thousands. Second, examine the coin under a magnifying glass. Look for any unusual doubling, repunched numbers, or misalignment. These subtle signs can make a huge difference in value. Now let's break down the current market value. In average circulated condition, a 1941 no-mint mark penny is worth about 10 to 50 cents. Not bad for a coin that's over 80 years old. In uncirculated condition, it can range from $5 up to $100 depending on its luster and sharpness. However, in pristine mint state red condition, the value climbs dramatically. Certified examples graded MS65 red can easily fetch $300 to $500. Coins graded MS-66 or MS-67 red have sold for between $1,000 and $5,000 at auction. And the finest examples, those near-perfect MS-68 red coins with flawless surfaces, have fetched upwards of $18,000, and that's where the top dollar price of $18,377 comes from. These coins are not just collectibles, they are historical artifacts. Each one is a reminder of a time when America stood on the edge of war, and every penny truly mattered. Today, they sit in the hands of serious collectors, investors, and lucky treasure hunters who check their change jars and coin rolls. So if you happen to find a 1941 Lincoln penny with no mint mark in your pocket or old coin collection, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. You might just be holding onto a rare and valuable piece of American history. Before we wrap up, here's a quick checklist of what to look for in a valuable 1941 no mint mark penny, uncirculated or mint state condition with full red luster, doubling on the obverse, especially on the date or lettering, off-center strikes or clipped planchets, certified grading from PCGS or NGC, especially MS-66 or higher. And that's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about the 1941 Lincoln Wheat Penny and how a simple 1-cent coin can be worth more than $18,000. If you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another rare coin update. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today's video could change the way you look at the pennies in your pocket. Imagine finding a small copper coin that looks ordinary, but is secretly worth thousands of dollars. That's right. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1942 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This little piece of American history might just be worth over $15,000 today. So stay with us as we uncover everything you need to know about its history, key features, how to identify it, and why it's fetching such high prices in the current coin market. The history of the 1942 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, introduced to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. The wheat ears on the reverse represent strength and prosperity, and were used until 1958. The year 1942 was a time of great change in America. The United States had entered World War II just a few months earlier, and every resource, including copper, was crucial for the war effort. Although the 1942 Lincoln cent was still made from 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the government was already exploring ways to reduce copper usage, which led to the introduction of the famous steel cent in 1943. More than 600 million Lincoln cents were struck in 1942. But not all of them are created equal. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 657 million no mint mark pennies that year. So how can a coin so common be worth over $15,000 today? The answer lies in quality, rarity, and demand. No mint mark, what does it mean? If your 1942 penny doesn't have a mint mark beneath the date, it was minted in Philadelphia. Coins from Philadelphia during this time didn't carry a mint mark, unlike those minted in Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. Even though hundreds of millions were produced, only a small number have survived in pristine condition, and that's where the big value comes in. What makes the 1942 no mint mark penny valuable? So what makes this coin worth a small fortune? It's all about condition, rarity, and errors. Coins that have been perfectly preserved since 1942, graded as mint state or higher, are extremely rare. Most pennies from this era show wear, scratches, and discoloration from years of circulation. But if you happen to find a 1942 no mint mark wheat penny in near-perfect condition, it could be worth thousands. Coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are the ones fetching the highest prices at auctions. And if your coin features a rare error, like a double die, off-center strike, or clipped planchet, the value could skyrocket even higher. High-value sales and auction records. Let's talk about real-world value. In recent years, A top-condition 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln penny sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $15,399. That's right, 1 cent turned into over $15,000. This coin was graded MS68 red, which means it had full original mint luster and no signs of wear. Even pennies in lower mint state grades, like MS65 or MS66, can sell for several $100s. So if you've got a 1942 penny sitting in a drawer, it might be time to take a closer look. Key features to look for here are the main features that make your 1942 penny a potential treasure. No mint mark under the date, strong, clear strike with sharp details, original red or reddish color, indicating uncirculated condition, no visible wear or scratches, errors such as double die obverse or reverse die cracks, or off-center strikes. If your coin checks these boxes, you may be sitting on a valuable collector's item. How to get your coin graded. If you believe you have a valuable 1942 penny, don't clean it. Cleaning can reduce its value drastically. Instead, store it safely in a protective coin holder and send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. A high grade could be the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and a penny worth over $15,000. Current market value as of today. The average circulated 1942 no mint mark Lincoln penny is worth between 5 and 50 cents depending on its condition. But uncirculated coins can fetch anywhere from $2 to $100 or more. At the highest level, MS68 red, the coin is currently valued at a whopping $15,399. And the market for rare coins continues to grow, with collectors and investors constantly searching for hidden gems like this. Why coin collectors love this penny? The 1942 penny holds a special place in coin history. It's from a pivotal time in American history, made just before the famous 1943 steel penny. It's accessible to most collectors, yet offers tremendous value in high grades. It represents a blend of everyday life and national history, making it a prized item for any serious numismatist. Closing thoughts. So next time you come across an old penny, don't just toss it aside. Check the date, look for the mint mark, or a lack of one, and examine its condition closely. Your spare change might just include a hidden treasure. The 1942 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny proves that sometimes history and fortune can be found in the smallest places. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover rare coins worth serious money. Have you ever found a rare wheat penny? Let us know in the comments below. See you in the next video, and happy treasure hunting! Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious and valuable world of the 1951 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. A coin that looks ordinary but has shocked collectors by selling for up to $32,000 at auctions. That's right. This is one of those coins that you could find in an old jar or inherited coin collection, and it could be worth a small fortune. Let's take a deep look into the value, history, and what makes this particular penny so incredibly rare and desirable. The United States was coming out of the post-World War II era, and the economy was changing rapidly. Lincoln Wheat pennies had already been circulating for over 40 years by then, first minted in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. By 1951, these pennies were a common part of everyday American life. But among the millions of coins minted that year, a few stood out, and some of them without even bearing a mint mark. So what exactly is the 1951 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny? The no mint mark means it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark. Over 284 million of these pennies were produced in Philadelphia that year, which may make you think it's a common coin. But the truth is, not all 1951 no mint mark pennies are created equal. Most of them are worth only a few cents if they're heavily circulated, but a rare few, in pristine condition or with unique errors, are worth thousands of dollars today. That's where the excitement begins. So why is the 1951 no mint mark penny worth $32,000? The eye-watering value comes from a combination of condition, rarity, and minting errors. The most valuable 1951 no-mint mark penny was sold at auction in mint state 67 red condition. This means it was preserved perfectly, with full red luster, just like it came out of the mint yesterday. Grading is everything in the coin collecting world. On the Sheldon coin grading scale, which runs from 1 to 70, the closer to 70, the higher the coin's value. A regular circulated 1951 penny might be worth just 5 to 25 cents. But an uncirculated coin in MS65 or above, especially one with bright red coloring and strong strike, can jump massively in value, and when it hits MS67 red, like the one that sold for $32,000, that's when collectors go wild. But wait, there's more. Some of these coins have errors. Coin errors are one of the biggest factors that increase value. In 1951, even with tight quality control, the US Mint still produced some error coins. Collectors have found 1951 no-mint mark pennies with off-center strikes, doubled dies, die cracks, and repunched mint marks from reused dies. If you find a 1951 penny with a doubling in the word Liberty, the date, or in Lincoln's eye and face details, that could be a double die error, and those coins are rare. Some have fetched hundreds to thousands of dollars, even in circulated condition. So how do you know if your 1951 penny is worth big money? Step 1. Check if it has no mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. Step 2. Look at the overall condition. Does it still shine? Are the details crisp? Does it have its original red tone? If yes, it could be worth grading. Step 3. Look closely for errors or doubling under a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Step 4. If you think you have something special, get the coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. This is the only way collectors will pay top dollar for your coin. Current market value breakdown. A circulated 1951 no-mint mark penny is typically worth between 5 cents to $1 depending on where. A an uncirculated example in MS60 to MS63 might be worth $3 to $15. In MS65 red, prices can jump to around $50 to $150. In MS66 red, you're looking at $300 to $500. And in MS67 red, only a handful of examples exist. These can command up to $32,000 at major auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stacks. Bowers. Let's talk about how you can find one. Start by checking old coin jars, piggy banks, or inherited collections. Older relatives might have them lying around. Look especially for coins with sharp details and red luster. Don't clean them, cleaning destroys the value. Leave them as they are and get them checked by a professional. Coin roll hunting is also a great method. Visit your local bank, get rolls of pennies, and search through them. It takes patience, but many collectors have found rare wheat pennies this way. Why is this coin so exciting for collectors? The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is one of the most beloved American coin series ever. It ran from 1909 to 1958, and every year brings its own mysteries and rarities. The 1951 no-mint mark penny represents a moment in post-war American history, a piece of change from a world long gone. It connects generations, and sometimes, it surprises us with extreme value. So there you have it. The 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny might look like just another old coin, but under the right circumstances, especially in top condition or with a rare error, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Before you throw away those old pennies, give them a second look. You might just be sitting on a treasure. One coin collector's curiosity turned into a $32,000 windfall. Yours could be next. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin content, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting! Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible story of one of the most overlooked yet astonishingly valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1954 Lincoln Wheat Penny. You might be surprised to learn that this small copper coin, minted over 70 years ago, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars today. That's right, Some rare examples of the 1954 D Lincoln cent have been sold for an eye-popping $34,566. So stick around, because in this video, we're going to explore the history, mintage details, errors, collector demand, grading importance, and current market value of this seemingly ordinary coin that could turn you into a small fortune holder. The history of the 1954 D Lincoln Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, and it ran until 1958. These pennies are iconic, not just because of their historic design, but because of how many incredible errors and variations have been discovered over the decades. The 1954 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is what the D Mint mark stands for. That year, America was enjoying post-World War II economic growth. Yet behind the scenes, the U.S. Mint was still working hard to meet the massive demand for circulating coinage. Over 251 million pennies were minted in Denver alone in 1954. Sounds like a lot, right? So why would any of them be worth tens of thousands of dollars today? The answer lies in condition, rarity, and specific high-grade varieties. Design and composition. The 1954 D Lincoln cent features the classic wheat reverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse, or front, is the profile of Abraham Lincoln with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year, 1954. The reverse displays two stalks of wheat along the edges, with 1 cent, United States of America, and the motto, E Pluribus Unum. This penny is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, and it weighs about 3.11 grams. Now here's where it gets interesting. Even though the coin is over 7 decades old, many examples survive in circulated condition. But only a few remain in pristine, gem-quality condition. That's the golden ticket for collectors. Mintage numbers and scarcity. While 251,552,500 coins were produced at the Denver Mint in 1954, most of these were circulated heavily. The average 1954 D penny in worn condition is common, and might be worth only a few cents to a couple of dollars. However, high-grade coins, those that were preserved well or discovered in rolls, mint sets, or collections, are much scarcer. In mint state condition, especially MS65 and above, their value shoots up fast. Why some are worth $34,566. Let's talk about the blockbuster sales. In recent auctions, a flawless, red-colored, mint state 1954 D penny graded MS67 RD by PCGS sold for a massive $34,566. What made that coin so special? It had nearly perfect surfaces, full red luster, and zero visible wear under magnification. Red coins are copper coins that have retained their original bright coppery red tone since minting. Over time, most copper coins tone down to brown or red-brown due to exposure. Full red examples from 1954 are very rare and high grade. Combine that with the D Mint mark and a clean strike, and you've got a coin that's not just rare, but a true treasure. Grading importance. Let's break it down. If your 1954 D penny is in circulated condition, it's likely worth 5 to 50 cents. In extremely fine XF, it may bring $1 to $2. In mint state, MS60 to MS64, values range from $5 up to $60. In gem mint state, MS65 RD, you could be looking at $100 to $500. In top condition, MS66, MS67 RD, values jump from $1,000 to well over $30,000. That's a huge range based entirely on condition, luster, strike, and preservation. Error varieties that add huge value. Some 1954 D pennies also come with mint errors that make them even more desirable. Here are a few examples that collectors love. Repunched mint mark, RPM. The D mint mark was hand punched into the die, and sometimes it was struck more than once slightly off position. These can be worth $25 to several $100 depending on condition. Off-center strike. If the coin was not properly aligned during striking, part of the design may be missing or shifted. These are highly collectible and can be worth $100 or more. Die cracks or cuds. imperfections in the die can result in raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin. These errors make the coin unique and often more valuable. BIE error, a small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, which looks like an I, creating a BIE variety. These are fun to find and can be worth $10 to $50 or more. How to know if you have a valuable 1954 D penny? The first step is to examine your coin closely under a magnifying glass or microscope. Look for a bold, clear D mint mark, no visible wear on Lincoln's cheek or coat, original red luster, no major scratches or spots, possible mint errors like RPM, die cracks, or off-center strike. Then consider sending the coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade adds value and trust when selling or auctioning your coin. Current market value as of now, in 2025, the market is hot for rare wheat pennies. Coins like the 1954 D in top grades are setting new records. Auction prices are rising due to strong demand from collectors, investors, and enthusiasts. That $34,566 sale isn't a fluke. It's a signal that rare high-grade Lincoln Wheat Pennies are a solid investment. So if you have an old jar of pennies at home, or inherited a coin collection from a family member, don't overlook that humble 1954 D wheat penny. What seems like pocket change might actually be worth a life-changing sum, especially if it's one of those rare mint-condition red beauties or has a dramatic error. Check your coins carefully. Every penny counts. And who knows, maybe you're holding a piece of numismatic gold disguised as copper. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Share this video with your fellow collectors or anyone who might have an old stash of wheat pennies lying around. You might just help someone discover a small fortune. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and stay curious. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible world of rare U.S. coins and unlocking the astonishing history and value behind one very special penny, the 1955 D Lincoln Wheat Penny. Believe it or not, this small copper coin, often overlooked by many, can be worth tens of thousands of dollars today. So, grab your magnifying glass and check your old change jars, because if you have a 1955 D Lincoln penny, you might be sitting on a hidden fortune. Let's get into the fascinating story of this rare 1-cent piece and why its current market value has skyrocketed to an estimated $39,347. History of the Lincoln Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin's obverse showcases a right-facing bust of President Lincoln with the motto, "In God We Trust," above his head, Liberty, to the left, and the mint year to the right. The reverse side of the coin includes the iconic wheat ears on each side, flanking the inscriptions, 1 cent, and United States of America, in bold letters. At the top you'll find E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one. These wheat pennies were produced until 1958, after which the reverse design changed to the Lincoln Memorial. Now, while most Lincoln wheat pennies are common, certain years and mint marks are incredibly rare due to minting errors, low mintage numbers, or specific historical events, and the 1955 D is one of those examples. What does the D mean? The D on the 1955 D penny stands for the Denver Mint, which is where this particular coin was produced. The Denver Mint has a long history of striking U.S. coins and is known for creating high-quality coinage. In 1955, the Denver Mint struck over 563 million Lincoln cents, making it seem like this coin would be common. But here's where it gets interesting: the truth behind the value. So, why is this 1955 D penny worth so much money today if so many were made? The answer lies in condition, rarity of pristine examples, and growing collector demand. Most 1955 D Lincoln cents you'll find are heavily circulated and show signs of wear. However, coins that have remained in mint condition, meaning no scratches, no wear, and sharp details, are extremely scarce. Even more valuable are those graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. In addition, collectors pay special attention to eye appeal. Coins with original red luster, perfect strikes, and no visible carbon spots or toning can command unbelievable prices. A single flawless example of a 1955 D wheat penny with deep red color and a high grade once sold for over $39,000 at a major coin auction. Notable auction sales. One of the most famous sales was recorded when a pristine, full red 1955 D penny graded MS67 plus red by PCGS sold for $39,347. That's right. A 1-cent coin selling for more than the price of a brand new luxury car. Another similar example graded MS67 red went for over $15,000. And with the number of collectors increasing every year, demand for top condition wheat pennies has never been higher. How to check if yours is valuable? If you have a 1955 D penny in your collection or just found one in an old jar, here are a few steps to help determine if it's valuable. Step 1. Check the mint mark. Make sure it has the D under the date, meaning it's from the Denver Mint. Step 2. Examine the coin's condition. If it's scratched, dull, or discolored, it's probably only worth face value or a few cents. But if it has sharp edges, glossy red luster, and no damage, you may have a rare gem. Step 3. Get it professionally graded. A third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin, assess its condition, and assign it an official grade. Step 4. Compare it to auction records. See how similar coins have sold to get a sense of what yours might be worth. Remember, a high-grade coin in excellent condition is where the big money is. Other things that increase value, aside from grade and eye appeal, there are a few additional factors that can boost the value of your 1955 D penny. Coins with strong strikes, full wheat lines, and brilliant luster often sell for a premium. If your coin comes in an original mint set or has documentation from a recognized grading service, it can also raise its market value. Die varieties and unique errors, such as doubled dies or off-center strikes, can push the value even higher. Though the famous 1955 doubled die was struck in Philadelphia, collectors still check Denver coins for less obvious varieties. Why collectors love it? The 1955 D penny holds a special place in the hearts of numismatists. It represents the golden age of U.S. coin collecting, when millions of Americans began paying close attention to their pocket change. For collectors, owning a near-perfect example of this coin is like holding a piece of history, and it's one of the most affordable coins to start with, even though top-grade examples fetch a premium. Current market trends. The coin market is hotter than ever. With increasing demand for rare coins and shrinking supplies of uncirculated examples, prices are climbing steadily. Coins like the 1955 D are gaining more attention from both serious investors and casual collectors. As of now, the market value of a top-graded 1955 D Lincoln Wheat Penny can reach up to $39,347, and that number could rise as more collectors enter the hobby and fewer pristine examples become available. So, the next time you're sorting through change or flipping through an old coin album, don't overlook that little copper penny with a D under the 1955 date. It might look small, but its value could be life-changing. A 1955 D Lincoln Wheat Penny in top condition is a rare treasure, rich in American history and highly sought after by collectors around the world. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more rare coin breakdowns, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss the next hidden treasure that might be sitting right in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic and surprisingly valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1956 D Lincoln Wheat Penny. That's right, this little 1-cent coin, minted nearly 70 years ago, could now be worth tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, a high-grade example recently sold for a staggering $34,211. Stick with us as we reveal why this coin is so special, what to look for, and how you might be holding a small fortune in the palm of your hand. Let's get started. The 1950-60 penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and over 1.098 billion of these coins were produced. It's one of the last wheat pennies ever made, since the wheat reverse design was retired just 3 years later in 1959 to make way for the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Now you might be thinking, if over a billion were made, how can any of them be rare or valuable? Here's the secret. Not all coins are created equal. While the majority of 1950-60 Lincoln Wheat Pennies are common and only worth a few cents to $1, there are extremely rare varieties, errors, and high-grade examples that collectors are willing to pay a premium for. And that's where the value skyrockets. Let's break it down into the 3 major factors that determine the value of a 1950-60 penny. Number 1. Mint state condition. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A coin that looks like it just left the mint yesterday can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. A coin graded MS65 or higher is considered gem uncirculated. The closer you get to MS70, the more valuable the coin becomes. Most 1950-60 pennies you'll find in circulation are heavily worn, scratched, or discolored, meaning they're only worth face value or maybe a few cents. But an MS67 red example, meaning a bright red coin with no wear and pristine surfaces, has sold for over $7,000 at auction. And here's the jaw-dropper, a perfectly struck, top-grade, MS67 Plus RD example sold for $34,211 through Heritage Auctions.so. Yes, condition makes a huge difference. If you find a flawless coin with full mint luster and no handling marks, you could be holding a treasure. Number 2. Rare errors and varieties. Collectors love mistakes. That's why coins with striking errors or doubling attract so much attention and value. Point 1. Known variety is the 1950-60 DDO, or double die obverse. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin was engraved twice with a slight misalignment, creating a doubling effect. You can often see this around the date, Liberty, and the words, "In God We Trust." Another rare error involves repunched mint marks, where the D was stamped more than once in slightly different positions. These are called RPMs, repunched mint marks. Some RPMs from 1950-60 have very dramatic doubling that's visible even to the naked eye or with a simple magnifying glass. These varieties can sell for hundreds, or even thousands depending on their clarity and condition. Another error to watch for is the struck off-center penny. This happens when the blank planchet doesn't sit properly in the press, causing the design to be misaligned. Depending on how extreme the off-center strike is, these can fetch several $100s or more. Also, keep an eye out for clipped planchet errors, die cracks, and lamination flaws. All of these are rare mistakes that can add serious value. Number 3. Red-brown, or red-brown designation. Wheat pennies come in 3 color designations: brown, BN, red-brown, RB, and red, RD. This refers to the color of the copper surface. Brown coins are the most common. Red-brown coins are a bit better. But full red coins, those that retain nearly all of their original coppery shine, are the rarest and most desirable, especially in higher mint state grades. That $34,211 coin? It was a full red, MS67 Plus RD, which is why it sold for such a high price that if you're going through your coin jar or collection and you see a 1950-60 penny with bright red color and no visible wear, it's worth having it professionally graded. That simple move could unlock thousands of dollars in value. Let's recap. What makes the 1950-60 penny worth money? High-grade uncirculated condition. Coins graded MS65 and higher can bring hundreds or thousands. Rare varieties and errors. Look for doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and other oddities. Full red color. The redder, the rarer. Full RD coins command the highest prices. Historical significance. Being one of the last wheat pennies ever minted, collectors always seek these out. Current market demand. Coin collecting has surged in popularity, and key pieces like this are only going up in value. How to spot a valuable 1950-60 penny. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the date and mint mark for signs of doubling or repunching. Check the overall color. Does it still have that shiny red tone, or has it turned brown with age? Look at the coin's fields. Are there scratches, wear, or dings, or is it smooth and flawless? If you think you've found something special, send it to a trusted third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. It costs a small fee, but it can make a huge difference in confirming authenticity and getting top dollar. Closing thoughts. The 1950-60 Lincoln Wheat Penny may look ordinary at first glance, but hidden among the billions minted are true treasures. Whether it's a gem mint state coin or a rare double die variety, this coin has surprised collectors again and again with its hidden value. And just imagine, someone once spent it like regular change. Don't let that be you. Go check your change jars, your grandparents' coin stashes, and your childhood collection. You might already own a coin worth more than a brand new car. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss a hidden treasure in your pocket. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be a $34,000 surprise.